Next stop, Planet Wind. This attraction is currently off limits, as it is still under construction and may not be dangerous enough for visitors yet.
Oh, the Imaginators are still at work.
Oh, like that's gonna stop me, egghead. Bring it on!
Ooh, my favorite color!
Ah, these wisps are cute. But guys, we're going to have to stop talking for just a tiny bit because of the amazing music that will unfold.
Here.
Yes, God is speaking, don't you know? By the way, T, please don't flag this video.
Come on, baseline, kick in.
Well, I still love
Oh,
this
here
opening
comes.
bit.
Oh god.
Generations, why'd you have to fuck this stage up?
Yeah.
I thought the modern remix was fine.
No, I mean just
No,
the level
no.
design
No, the
itself.
level, not the
Well,
music.
Well, yeah, the level. Well, I'll give the Generations the modern stage this. At least for the first third of it, they actually did bother to put more emphasis on like the grasslands. Unlike in this game, where they primarily focus on the industrial bits.
Actually,
Well, I'll
I'll
say,
give
like,
the original credit.
in
I think
gener-
in terms of the original, I think what they were trying to do is do a mix of showing off the natural world and the industrial bit, and I think it does a better job of mixing and balancing it than the Generations version did.
Spike!
I guess there's that. That's true. But then again, I don't know. It would have been kind of fun to at least experience nothing but the natural
of
bits of
course.
the planet before we start transforming into the And now we
I love
have
this
Spike.
power up.
And Rocket.
Yeah.
Or somewhere. But I'm just gonna say, two problems I have.
I like the wisp songs, but it does suck that this does go over the best song in the game, in my opinion.
Fine. I'm gonna say though, there are two problems I have with the Generations variant. Is that one, like when it is, here we go. When it is, oh
Oops.
gosh.
Oh.
Oh, wait, they let you recover. But it's like when you're running around like going fast, that's fine. But when they tried to force all the using the spike power up, it didn't work. Like from what I just saw there, I like how Spike you can actually speed up in this version. In Generations, you kind of have to just roll very slowly in Spike form.
Well, you technically can't still do the dash, but it's a little stiffer in my honest opinion. In
And
fact,
without the double jump ability, it's kind of
needless to say, the Spike in Generations sucked royal.
Yeah.
But here I'm liking this, and this is cool. There's the
Oh yeah,
change.
here it actually has its benefits. Like again, double jumping
is
in
my
order
favorite part of the theme.
correct your jumps.
How?
God.
Oh jeez.
Hey, come on.
Music is so good!
And it's like I
Such
love
a nice
this
tune.
variant.
Oh, lordy.
Oh, lordy. Oh, that was close. It's like, I
Well,
love
at the very
this.
least there wasn't a pit down here.
Yeah, I love this variant. I love the level 2 or 3. I'll just say both. And I also love the map variant that we kind of glanced over. That is very just so soothing.
Oh, dude, the
pretty, and
map
it's
themes in
nice.
this game are some of the map themes in this game are pretty good. Though honestly, my all-time favorite will forever be the aquarium park.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good theme.
How about we just all agree that the music in this game is just amazing in general?
Well, of course it is. It's a
I would
Sonic
agree
game,
with
course.
that.
That isn't bad.
It's like, I would argue that's probably one of the at least top 10 best soundtracks in the series.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
But, by the way, I like how you said it's a Sonic game that's not bad. Well, 06 had some great music, but that's still bad.
One or two songs I like. Like I like the undersea part, the undersea lab theme.
All
Awesome,
Hail
awesome.
Shadow. All Hail Shadow.
It's okay.
Love that
yeah.
song.
Oh, sorry. Back to you, James.
Honestly, yeah, I was just gonna say that game was shit, but honestly, I still think its soundtrack was top notch all around.
Me too.
Yeah.
At least I
It
can
had
say
some
that.
bit-
I can say for that game, unlike Shadow the Hedgehog.
I
Yeah.
like his world. Jordy likes Dreams of an Absolution.
That song, I liked it growing up, but looking back on it now, it is kind of corny as fuck.
How about we just say that Crisis City is the best in that game, so...
Yes,
City was good
but you
too.
know what? Generations did it better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it did.
Generations
Yeah.
definitely did
In
it better.
many ways.
I like
Well,
how
the song is-
Generation fucked up the good... I like how Generation fucked up the good stages and yet made the bad stages good.
Well, I wouldn't say it completely
Even though
botched
they
the
really
good
could have just.
To be fair, the only stage they royally fucked up was Planet Wisp. The rest of them was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Even though they
Yeah.
could have just retconned 06 and no one would have been upset.
Well,
Yes, but at the
technically
same
they
time-
did.
Well, I'm just saying.
I would have liked the Sonic CD stage.
Well, Yeah, but then again, well, technically we already did. It's called Stardust Speedway.
Well, that was
Actually,
just
wait
a
a
boss
minute.
area.
Why did we get no? Why
Exactly.
did we get actual no? Like, we got
CD?
no actual CD level. Why not?
Well, again, I think what it is that they wanted to go by rule of threes, and for the Genesis, you clearly have like Sonic's 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles. Though in that game's case, they just used Knuckles. And then for the Dreamcast era, as they called it, there was pretty much Adventure 1, 2, and
Heroes,
and then so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And they clearly couldn't use Shadow. You could say that they probably should have retconned 06 completely, but did we really want to have Shadow be acknowledged in that game?
No, we didn't.
Not really, no.
So there you go.
You know, since we're talking about just referencing
and actually, I'll
You go first.
Actually, Steve, you mind if I bring this? Okay, thank you. If you're sad that Sonic Generations doesn't have any full-on CD levels, not to worry. Mania has 2 of them.
Yay!
Ooh.
Anyways,
And one of them is honestly one of my favorite stages in the entire game. Anyway, back to you, Steve.
that's good. Anyways, just kind of funny. Like, we were talking about how, like, people don't like that they're still referencing 06 here and there. Just to go off on a slightly pointless tangent, even though it's something I have thought about for a while, I have always been curious to see how exactly Ian Flynn would have took a 06 adaptation for the Archie comics. Like, granted, that's kind of moot since Archie is not making Sonic comics anymore, but it still makes me wonder how they would have done it, because I honestly liked what they were doing I honestly liked what he was doing for the Unleashed stuff. Now, of course, everyone loves the Sonic the Fighters adaptation. It's like, I'm legitimately curious to see what he would have kept and what he would have fixed had he went and had his hands on 06, which is, because outside of Silver being a thing, the only other reference they have to 06 in the comics is that there's one area during the Unleashed saga, it's called Soliana Forest Zone, and that's about all you get. Which to me is kind of annoying because I'm getting tongue-tied for some reason. They acknowledge that Shadow still exists. I was about to say, it bugs me because they still acknowledge Shadow's game being existing. In fact, one of the sub-arcs involves like a remaining faction of the Dark Arms still being alive and coming to invade Earth. And it's just... I know a lot of people hold 06 with a lot of very serious vi, but you can't tell me that you wouldn't be at least curious to see what Ian would do with it.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see, though. Yeah, he would have some really big shoes to fill.
By the way, can I just say that I love how Sonic Forces, the bad guy in that, is practically just Mephiles.
Yeah.
He's about as bland as
so far
Mephiles.
listed anyway. But you know what? At the very least, at least this guy has a difference between Mephiles. At least he actually interacts with Sonic outside of just stabbing him in the back.
That's a good point.
And he's voiced by,
Also, he's voiced by Kirk Thornton.
Oh, really?
I hear some people
Wait,
saying
what?
it's Liam.
No, not Kirk Thornton.
I hear Liam
Yeah, that's
O'Brien.
Shadow.
Liam O'Brien, that is it, sorry. For
So
some
he's
reason, I
Nightcrawler.
sometimes mix them together.
Oh, real? Which Nightcrawler?
The one from Wolverine and the X-Men.
Ah, okay.
Because that's who Liam
seriously?
was in that show.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, no way!
I know I'm mostly still in the TV show Monster, which, if none of you have ever seen Monster, see Monster. It is one of the best shows ever.
Well,
I was-
I've seen I was about to say, I've seen Monsters. Does that count?
Nope. Absolutely
Oh.
different.
Gotcha.
It's
Like,
an old
okay.
TV show.
Okay, I just want to
Actually,
make sure it's the same one I'm thinking of.
Monster is a show from like 2006, I think. It's actually it's an anime, but it is one of the best psychological horrors you will ever see.
All right, fair
Gotcha.
enough.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was.
Sorry.
You finish first.
Basically, it's a really good show. It's about a brain surgeon who he's known as one of the best brain
Whoa.
surgeons. Wow. He's known as a fantastic brain surgeon. Just everybody loves him. But one day he has the choice of saving either a little kid or the mayor.
Oh, wait a minute,
And,
wait a minute. I think
Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. Cutscene time.
I wasn't what I was saying wait a minute for, but okay.
Eggman-ish about it.
Really? I never noticed!
Attention guests. If you can hear this
Wait.
message, you are trespassing in an area still under renovation. If you are not a robot, please return to the main park areas and ignore anything evil you might have seen here.
Thank you.
Looks like the theme of his park is universal domination
At least he was
and the
polite.
conquest of alien races.
Yeah.
It's more than a theme. It's
Yeah.
a reality. He's using them like some kind of living intergalactic gasoline.
You.
It's pretty low, even for a sleazeball like Eggman.
Really?
Destruction of natural resources may occur. Eggman Enterprises not responsible.
Nah.
I was about to say, clearly you underestimate how evil I can be. I mean, I blew up half the moon once. That's about as evil as you can get.
They're totally freaked out. It sounds like they
True.
were shocked because
Though he was kind enough to
And also-
actually properly.
And also, in the non-canon side series, I did kill one of my colleagues' men. I did try to kill one of my colleagues' friends.
Planet. How did somebody do that?
But I was just nice enough to properly feed that big-nosed professor.
or a tractor beam.
Although he didn't like my cooking for whatever reason. Then drag it.
Those generators.
If it was, I would get one for back home.
Dude, I'd get two.
Ooh, ice cream.
Now, if everyone will
Two ice cream shooters. That would be something else.
Yeah.
renovations.
Yeah.
Boom.
And
Can
off he
they
goes.
understand him?
No, Tails has to do.
I'm sure they can.
Yeah.
I guess they do.
Okay, but anyway, Monster is okay if I continue, or...
Sure. Good.
If you need to, yeah.
Alright, so Monster is about a brilliant surgeon who lives in Germany, and he's a brilliant neurosurgeon. But one day he has the choice of either saving the life.
Oh.
He has the choice of either saving the life of a child who was shot in the head, or
the
saving
mayor.
the mayor. Yeah. Everybody wanted him to save the mayor, but he wanted to save the child instead. And so, he does so. And the mayor unfortunately dies from the alternate guy.
Actually,
Because of this,
I was about to say, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Matt, but I think I remember you telling us about this during one of Logan's streams. Didn't you say that the kid eventually went on to be like this evil, psychotic little brat that tortures the main character despite the fact that he saved his life?
yes and no. What happened is, the main character, saves his life, and, you think it's all good, and unfortunately the main character is demoted because he didn't save the life of the mayor. However, the child is thankful for him, and decides to thank him and help him get back into a position of power. He murders everybody who is involved, who fired him, effectively making him the boss of the hospital there. And years later, the child is now a grown man, and it turns out the child was basically tortured as, he was basically tortured into being a man of pure evil. And so, now years later, despite the fact that this surgeon saved his life, he is kind of torturing him, so that, literally it's believed that his goal is to make it that it's believed that the bad guy's goal is to be the only living person left in the world, but actually his true goal is to fuck with the doctor and make it that nobody in existence will remember him except for the doctor.
What's the matter?
It's starting to rain right here, so if I disappear for no reason, that's more than likely it. But let's not focus on that right now.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I'll stop.
No, you're fine.
You know,
It's
when you
okay.
stop and think about it, that doctor really did shoot himself in the foot. If that's the case.
Yeah, basically. He didn't know though. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
The only thing
Yeah, but
I
he's-
was gonna say earlier was, Liam O'Brien, the guy who's voicing Infinite, from what my friend told me, he also voiced, Zaz, the pink, Zeddy in Lost World.
Oh yeah, him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That interesting typecasting. But Yeah, well, I did notice that, well, he's not, well, he didn't return because obviously he's dead, but somehow they brought back,
Zavik.
What was his name?
Zavik.
Thank you. Yeah, and I can only imagine where that's gonna turn.
I still don't get why they brought back.
Actually, the one
My
thing
boyfriend has a lot of speculation, but we'll go into that later.
the one thing I'm wondering about is why is Shadow evil again?
And why is Chaos here?
Again, my boyfriend has speculation behind that, which I will explain later.
Why not
Honestly, the
explain now?
only two people that make sense of that whole scenario is Metal Sonic and Zavik. The rest of them are, I mean, Chaos. Well, Chaos is obviously, well, he was purified, and obviously you got Shadow, who's technically an anti-hero.
Actually,
I guess anti-hero status means that he'll butt heads with Sonic because of stupid shit.
You know what?
I mean, look at Generations.
You know what? I'm just going to call it now. Time travel. Again, because, of course, Sonic has to include time travel now.
Oops.
Well, yeah, and I know this is technically non-canon, but technically he also was the final boss of the Sonic Worlds portion of LEGO Dimensions.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true. Doo-doo.
Actually, just going to say, if there's ever a part in LEGO Dimensions that could be considered canon, it's probably the Portal 2 world.
If you say so.
I'm making a joke.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
I thought you were about to say the
Well,
only
this
thing
is-
from. I thought you were about to say the only thing from LEGO Dimensions that should be canonical is the fact that Shadow became a florist.
That
no,
was
now I can't-
great.
Position.
Now I can't unsee him with a big hat and an apron and gloves and a watering can.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate florist. I design all fantastic bouquets for all weddings and special events. This is who I am.
Either Jordy or James or even Steve, why don't you guys draw that?
Oh no!
If I feel like it.
Do it!
Not for the
Do
virus.
it!
Let Jordy do it. Let her weep what she sowed.
Wait,
Funny.
reap? Did you mean reap what she sowed or weep?
He was making a bad
Reap.
pun.
This guy again?
No, you again?
Oh yay, this easy piece of shit again.
Yeah, unfortunately they kind of ran out of ideas for boss fights, so they just reused the first three.
All planets in Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement.
Is this the only one that's reused?
Oh no, the ship one. The first three were reused for the next three zones.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing this guy is still as piss easy as he was?
Yes.
He's got a
My
few
favorite
tricks up
scene!
his sleeve.
I'm going to say
Okay, calm down.
The line you either love or hate.
I actually love this line.
no copyright law in the universe is going to stop me. We can save a lot of time and
Okay.
And that sparked a million memes that year.
That was actually a good line. Not gonna lie.
It was. I liked it too.
try to be reasonable.
I couldn't help but laugh at that when I first heard it.
Yeah,
And I'm
It
sorry.
was good.
that line and the line, this place is to apologize for my past deeds, as in no way an evil plot at all.
Well, that's a relief.
Yeah.
Or premeditated
basically.
misdeeds.
Yeah,
It's like as much as that scene is iconic, I actually kind of prefer the scene that happens after you beat the boss fight.
Oh, this one? Yeah, that one's funny too.
Oh yeah.
But we'll get to that as
I like that one too.
We'll get to that as soon as James defeats the final boss. We'll get to that as soon as James defeats the boss right about now.
No, I still
I
got one
hate
more hit
this
left
boss.
to do. Unfortunately, he does protect himself. He does protect himself for a good chunk of it. So, well, except for there.
yeah.
Thank you, preemptive strike.
Ooh, a little too late.
Ow, the
You
heck.
know what? I actually don't remember much about this boss. That's how much I hate it.
Up and up. He's back.
So yeah, that was a boss.
That was. That was.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Logan, how are you doing?
Logan left a while ago. You guys kind of missed out on that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was wondering why I was being quiet.
So with that said, that's another chain broken.
Wow. Sometimes
Pun intended or not?
For a second there, I wasn't
This
sure
coming
I
up.
was going to pull it off.
You decide.
No, who am I kidding? We both knew how this would end.
Ooh!
Are you into the broken
I love that
wall?
reaction.
Can't hear you.
Me too.
Maybe. That's between me and the robot.
That's kind of got dark annotations if you read into that carefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we can just forget about the whole talking to dead
Are you
robots
talking to a
thing,
dead
right?
robot who can't even hear you?
Nope.
Wait, what
Again.
did I just...
I've seen
Again, it's stuff like this why I love this game's script so much. Again, the whole Baldy McNosehair thing is really the only sore spot.
Yeah.
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 And I think people should give it a little more credit, just because, yeah, again, it's just genuine bromance between the two.
Yeah.
But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, in our next part, we're gonna go to actually one of my favorite stages in the entire game, the Aquarium Park. Till next time, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bring your water wings.